All right, so greetings again, ladies and gentlemen. So for today's video, we'll be looking at electoral systems used in the Caribbean. So in the Commonwealth Caribbean, two electoral systems are used to elect government, right? Every country has established particular procedures for choosing their government. These procedures constitute the country's electoral system. In the Caribbean, the governments have utilized two types of electoral systems. One is first past the post, and the second one is proportional representation. First past the post is easier and very straightforward to understand. It is proportional representation that might be a little bit difficult, but at the end of this video, you will understand two of them clearly and you'll be able to, interpret election results. Let's explore first past the post system. This system operates on the basis that the person who receives the highest single number of votes cast in a constituency will be declared the winner over all other candidates. It is important that one note that this system allows for the entire country to be divided into constituencies, and each political party contesting the election is allowed to nominate one candidate for each constituency. It is the responsibility of the people in each constituency to elect the most suitable candidate to represent them. Usually, the party whose members gain the largest number of seats can select the prime minister or the party president, and he selects his cabinet from among the members. All right, so I want you to think about what I've read about the first past the post system, and I want you to think and tell me what you think the first past the post means. All right, since you cannot actually talk to me at the moment, I want you to drop it down into the comment section, right? So in the comment section, you can tell me what is your summarized version of first past the post. All right, in terms of first past the post, the country is divided into constituencies, right? Constituency is the area in the country that is going to be represented by the candidate. The candidate comes from each political party. So each political party that is contesting the election nominates a candidate that they are going to put up to represent their party that will in turn represent the area. The constituents now are the eligible voters living in the constituency, which is the place. And then now the constituents on the day of the election cast their ballot for their preferred candidate. At the end of the election, the candidate with the most votes is going to be declared the winner. Clear as crystal. All right, so for this now, I'm going to share some election results with you. Let me stop sharing and share screen again, just to ensure that you're actually seeing it. So I'm going to share some election results. So these election results are for country X using the first past the post system. I want you to understand. So each political party, so we have three political parties contesting this election. So we have PDP, RJC, and UDC. Good. So we see the constituencies over on the left. So we have Westbrook, Greenhaven, Brookdale, Lime Grove, Beachside, New View, right? So at the end of the election, the candidate in each constituency that gets the most votes is declared the winner on the first past the post. So for the constituency of Westbrook, the candidate for PDP got 580 votes. The candidate for RJC got 302 votes. The candidate for UDC got 1,140 votes. So which candidate won that constituency? Very good. So the candidate from UDC actually won the constituency of Westbrook. Let's look now at Greenhaven. Candidate from PDP got 6,500 votes. Candidate from RJC got 1,100 votes. candidate from UDC got 1,500 votes. So the declared winner is, very good, the candidate from PDP that got 6,500 votes. Let's look now at the constituency of Brookdale. PDP candidate got 1,500 votes. RJC candidate got 1,600 votes. UDC's candidate got 1,290 votes. So the winner of that constituency is the candidate from RJC with 1,600 votes. Lime Grove now, the candidate from PDP got 300 votes. Candidate from RJC got 450 votes. Candidate from UDC got 425 votes. So the winner is the candidate from RJC with 450 votes because that is the highest total amount of votes. Beachside, PDP 1,250, RJC 2,250, UDC 2,150. So the candidate from RJC won that constituency with 2,250 votes. New View, 1,001 votes. RJC, 1,300 votes. UDC, 980 votes. So the candidate from RJC, 1,300 votes, won that constituency. Remember, on the first past the post, the entire country is divided into constituencies, and for each constituency, the candidate with the most votes is declared the winner. At the end of the election now, the political party that won the most seats is declared the winner of the election and then forms the government. Let's look at this election result to determine which political party won the most seats. So for Westbrook, UDC won, so that's 1 for UDC. Greenhaven, UDC won, sorry, PDP won, so that's 1 for UDC, 1 for PDP. For Brookdale, RJC won. So all three political parties have 1 seat so far. Lime Grove, RJC won, so that's 2 seats for RJC. Beachside, RJC won, so that's 3 seats. So New View, RJC won, so that's 4 seats. So RJC actually won 4 seats. Thus, they are declared the winner of the election, and RJC will form the government by having 4 members of parliament, while PDP will have 1, UDC will have 1. So RJC will form the next government under first past the post system. And I hope you would have understand that. Again, under first past the post system, the entire country is divided into constituencies. At the end of the election, the candidate with the most votes in each constituency is declared as the winner, and the political party with the most seats, declared the winner of the election, then forms the next government. All right, let's look now at proportional representation. Proportional representation is a little bit more technical, so I want you to pay close attention to this. In this system, there are no constituencies, as in proportional representation. All voters are on a single national voters list, and all votes for the political party of their choice from a ballot which only has the names of parties. The party which gains the largest percentage of the votes can form the government, except a number of parties gaining less votes band together and have a large number of votes. In proportional representation, each representative has the national interest as his or her priority. Since it is the national vote that determines if he gets a seat, each party presents a list with the names in order of party presidents, the president's first, secretary second, first vice president, third, and at the bottom of the list will be newcomers or unpopular candidates. This system is utilized in Guyana, so it's not that it's not used anywhere, it is actually used in some countries. Difficult to understand? All right, let's make it a little bit more practical. Under proportional representation, right? The country is seen as one constituency. Under this electoral system, voters vote for political parties and not candidates. So when election day, all the voters will go out and vote for the political party of their choice. At the end of the election, the party with the highest percentage of the votes is declared the winner and gets the highest percentage of the seats. For example, in parliament with 60 members, right? So there are 60 members who sit in parliament. If a party gets 50% of the seats, then 50% of 60 is 30. So they will be entitled to 50% of the seats, which is 30 seats out of the 60. And the top 30 on the party's list will be declared the winner. Remember, people vote for political parties and not candidates. So each candidate will put their 60 prospective candidates on the paper in ascending order, right? So from the top, the most important being the party president, right down to unpopular person. So if they win 30, they are going to select from number 1 to number 30. They win 25 from 1 to 25. They win 40 from 1 to 40. Those candidates will sit in parliament. I hope that is a bit clearer for you. Let me give you another example. Say there are 10 seats up for grabs under proportional representation, right? Say we have 3 political parties. Let's use the ones that we have in Jamaica. No, let's make them up. We have PDP. Let me write them down. We have PDP. We have RJC and QRS. So we have 10 seats in parliament. So at the end of the day, PDP gets 50% of the seats, RJC gets 30%, and QRS gets 20%. Remember, it's 10 seats, right? So if PDP gets 50% of the overall votes, then they are entitled to 50% of the seats, and 50% of 10 is 5. So that means PDP getting 50% of the seats will get 5 out of the 10 seats. RJC getting 30% of the seats will get 3, because 30% of 10 is 3. QRS getting 20% of the votes will get 2 seats, right? So PDP will be declared the winner. Under this system, third parties can thrive because here they are guaranteed a seat as long as they get a certain percentage of the votes under proportional representation, right? Here, we can have coalition government because though PDP gets 50% of the seats, RJC can decide to work with PDP and put them up to 80, or QRS can decide to work with PDP and put them up to 70%. So they will have 7 seats instead of 5 as a coalition, meaning 2 political parties working together to form a government. Here too, we can also have a hung parliament because RJC can decide to team up with QRS and have 50% of the seats. So we'll have PDP having 5% and RJC and QRS having 50%. Why am I saying 5? 50% too. So we'll have each party having 5 seats. That will be known as a hung parliament because there's no clear majority. The 2 parties now are having the same amount of seats. And in order for one party to form the government, there must be a clear majority, right? So let's recap before we go. 2 systems used to elect government. We have first past the post system, where the country is divided into constituencies. Political parties present candidates to represent each constituency. The voters vote for the candidate of their choice. At the end of the election, the candidate with the most votes is declared the winner in the constituency. The political party that wins the most constituency on the first past the post system is declared the winner of the election and forms the government, with the party leader becoming the prime minister. Good. Under proportional representation, the entire country is seen as one constituency, and voters vote for political parties. Political parties put up the list of candidates based on the amount of seats that are up for grabs. So if there are 10 seats, the political party will put their candidates in ascending order. That's what I should say. I hope I'm using the term ascending or descending properly, right? So the most important persons would be at the top, coming right down to less or least important. So unpopular voters will be at the bottom, say like 8, 9, and 10. Important one would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So if they win 1 seat, it's the person at number 1 who's going to get that seat. If they win 4 seats, it's from 1 to 4 who are going to get the seats under proportional representation. Good. So seats are issued out based on the percentage of the votes that a political party receives. So if a party receives 50% of the votes, then they will get 50% of the seats under proportional representation. If a party gets 30% of the votes, then they are guaranteed 30% of the seats under proportional representation, right? So I hope that you would have understand. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, that's about it.